Time for a lesson in banking. What is $5 US worth? Well, maybe a latte or a sandwich or maybe a gallon or so of gas. Well, in Zimbabwe, $5 gets you a couple trillion of their local currency. The Zimbabwe dollar is virtually worthless because inflation has skyrocketed. For more on this, we're going to talk to our banker for today, Roee Ruttenberg, who is, you got some show and tell. What's going on?
I did. I brought a little show and tell. I was actually just in Zimbabwe, and what's interesting when you walk around looking for souvenirs, one of the things people try to sell you is the old Zimbabwean dollar. I brought some for you. You can even keep this if you want. There's 50,000, $20 billion, $50 billion. And there's two in particular that I want to show you, Phil, and we've made a graphic for our viewers at home. The difference between the $1 and the $50 trillion. You can see it on your screen right there. Look at the difference in the years. 2007 for the $1, 2008 for the $50 trillion. Now imagine having some of this money and just trying to buy some basic things. Even 10 billion Zimbabwean dollars couldn't buy you a bus ticket. So many people were taking their money around in wheelbarrows, trying to buy basic things. Markets had to change their price on a daily basis. And as you know, in 2009, they introduced multiple currencies.
So, okay, you were there. I mean, this is obviously not sustainable. This is weird, and the economy can't function when we're talking about trillions. I mean, I can barely say the word. What's it like there, the economy?
Well, that's one of the problems. There are some practical difficulties in this. For example, you pay in one currency and you get your change back in another currency. So for example, I was paying in US dollars and I got my change back, the coins, in South African rands. Obviously, South Africa, a close neighbor of Zimbabwe. There are other currencies that are being used. You can open a bank account in Chinese renminbi and Indian rupee. There are 8 currencies from around the world that are valid now in South Africa. And so one of the things the government's trying to do is basically to get rid of the Zimbabwean dollar from the market so that people stop using it, stop relying on it. There are lots of people that still have it, obviously, in their bank account. And just so you know, what they're doing in this exchange, they're allowing a bank transfer for US dollars, as you mentioned earlier. $1 US, they're exchanging at 35 quadrillion Zimbabwean dollars.
I don't even know how many zeros that is.
So I will tell you, that's actually 35,000 trillion. I haven't counted out the zeros. It's a lot. It's a lot more than I have here.
Your new title is going to be banker for Global Business America.
It's funny. I was actually trying to figure it out. I have a stack of money here, and I don't.
Wait, why do you have a stack of money?
When I was walking around to buy some souvenirs, I thought, what a clever souvenir. So you have somebody trying to sell you 50,000 Zimbabwean dollars, and they see you're a tourist. They ask you for $10. It goes down to a nickel.
Okay, so here's my question. If I'm a shop owner and I see you walking around with local currency, and obviously I don't want that because it's not worth very much, I'm going to be, so will you even use it? I mean,
this is now
they wanted dollars, I guess.
This is now worthless. There's nothing you can do with this. And so what the government's trying to do, it's not for the people on the street. It's more for people who have money in the bank. They're implementing this demonetizing policy. It's going into effect on Monday, as you know, on June 15th. They have until September 30th to trade it in.
A wild situation. I think it's real hard for a lot of us, you know, over here. Obviously, we haven't been faced with any of those that crisis. But thank you very much, and we will take the money, even if it's worth us. I'll hand it out to the rest of the team.